Peace. Mm, mm, mm. Happy now. And now is the vibrate. The rate at which we're vibing. Not too far in the future, not too far in the past, right? Matter of fact, I came across somebody talking about Pootie Tang on Instagram. Like, man, Pootie Tang, that's my movie, man. Pootie Tang, that's a god, right? Let me quit playing, being facetious. Resistance creates a stronger drive, a stronger drive in life into the things we love. You know what I'm saying? When we have resistance, it creates that stronger drive in life, and makes you just want to fulfill your dreams even stronger. And by example, just like a rubber band, the further you pull a rubber band back, the more resistance that is created, and the further it's gonna fly. Matter of fact, when you just putting it back, you ever put a rubber band far back and don't even fly off your finger. But if you pull that rubber band way back, it's gonna shoot for the stars, figuratively and literally speaking. As a matter of fact, another example, like a lot of rappers and basketball players compared to kids who grew up, having everything they wanted, in which that's, for example, you know what I'm saying, where most people grew up in impoverished homes, that's their resistance, you never had nothing, you know what I'm saying? Didn't have a bunch of possessions, couldn't spend money how you want, all these different things, you know what I'm saying? Well, that creates a resistance, you know. But with that resistance being created, it also creates, what I'm saying, even more of a drive. And that's why some of these people go like that's why I brought up rappers and basketball players, because out of most people who be in impoverished situations, you know, they make the biggest jump than most careers, I could say, like where they go probably straight from, from being on the street or something, not even having a home, to somebody who's a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? And that's that resistance, is because that rubber band got pulled far back, so they went from way, matter of fact, started from the bottom, and now they way up there, you know what I'm saying? That's resistance makes stronger. Matter of fact, that's why it's always when we bring up with the law of attraction, in essence, is resistance is a good thing. It allows you to see what you really want. Because matter of fact, because when you're sitting there like poor without money, it's like like I'm gonna never be broke again. I ain't gonna be like my mom and them and living bill to bill. I'm gonna change. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting there like it's building a stronger drive in you, compared to somebody who got it all, where they life good. They ain't got no drive for nothing. Matter of fact, because people who grew up, no, I want to say like the people who grew up kind of pampered. You know what I'm saying? They don't go through no type of turmoil per se. So they don't create no drive. They just keep it coasting on the cruise control that mom and dad already set for them. You know what I'm saying? And to each his own, ain't nothing wrong, but just the realization of the situation, where the resistance makes stronger, basically. Grow. I'm just looking to my notes. Yeah, because matter of fact, and that's another thing too with consciousness also, where resistance makes stronger. Matter of fact, because that's another thing where, like, and like where people pamper too, like where the resistance or the lack of resistance, that's why when things go just a little, just the smallest bit of problems, you know what I'm saying? Which we all got different perceptions, so we look at problems different. But when they come across just a little bit of problem, that could almost, like in some cases, they, might commit suicide, because it's like, oh no, I can't do without having money for a day. Or I can't, you know what I'm saying? Which wishful thinking as far as having an abundant mind frame, but you can't feel like it's the end of the world. And if it's not, because matter of fact, I know at one time the suicide rate was like with in the range, it was like white males in between like a businessman age, like I want to say like 20s and in between 20s and 40s. I don't know if it's still right there. And I thought about it. I'm like, that's probably the brethren who, dad started them off in the business, this and that. Things went just a little south, and they just like I'm not going live in the hood with the black people. I'm not like I'm not doing food stamps. I'm not you know what I'm saying? They just like, rather take it rather transition than, dealing with that, you know what I'm saying? And that's where you start to see where, going through some resistance do make stronger. Like to like say for like a Brethren Bob or like being in Jamaica where that in essence, having that poor lifestyle and that resistance also creates humbleness, you know what I'm saying? Because then you're not looking at it like, oh, I gotta have, because you was already happy. You know what it feels like to be happy without, you know what I'm saying? In some cases, because no matter how much, we was wishing we had money whenever we didn't know, if you've been going through something, you still had fun times, along the way, regardless of, if you was without money or not, you know what I'm saying? You turned the mattress into a trampoline, you turned the carton box, the thing where they put the milk in into the basketball. Who you made something out of nothing and still had fun with it. So, but ain't nothing wrong with that resistance. Like I say, just like the rubber band, it flies you further into your situation. And I was gonna say too, with a lot of conscious people, reason why like how I became awoke so quickly and how most people become awake so strongly and quickly is because they went through some type of hard resistance, aka the dark night of the soul, which I put that video up. But the dark night of soul is when you go through the darkness of like the deep darkness of like your subconscious of you and go through like situations that's hard, like people passing away in the family, or, just a bunch of bad things happening, but it's in order to wake you up, and it happens in an overwhelming fashion to where you got no choice but to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, interestingly so. This is why the homosexual community, you know, those people by majority too have become like spiritually awoke before other people, because we're dealing with the homosexual situation. They question themselves. It's kind of like putting them through a dark night of the soul also, where it's like like what should I, like, and just questioning life until they look deep into spirituality. So that's why you have a lot of homosexual people that's deep into the occult and all this, and deep into spirituality, because that situation impressed them to look towards consciousness, look towards spirituality, and look for some type of upliftment and something tying you closer to source, closer to spirituality, you know. As a matter of fact, like I said, I know for me, I lost my grandmother, then not too long, my father, and then my job started like treat me like shit, and I'm like, bruh, I'm like, and then and then being an indigo, you been a little kid questioning spirituality and what's real in the world, and then that just pushed me to the breaking point. I think I remember listening to the Bible every day. I was even going through the Bible trying to see. I'm like, bro, I gotta find something. They gonna say some secret word in the Bible that's gonna let me know something. You know what I'm saying? But I was just trying to find something, you know. And it's that, that resistance that creates stronger. So, the stronger resistance that was created in me going through the dark night of soul, the stronger it made me. Well, right after that, I basically became a vegetarian, stopped drinking, stopped doing cocaine, matter of fact, stopped doing drugs in general. Matter of fact, the only thing you want to consider a drug is like, psychedelics or whatever. But, I stopped doing like those harmful drugs on that level, you know what I'm saying, and just uplifted myself. And it was almost like basically like, yeah, it was a cold turkey quit, you know what I'm saying? Because I done been through it, and it was enough, you know what I'm saying? Compared to when I tell some people that when, you're smoothly coasting and you don't go through nothing, and people wonder like, man, why you meditate every day? How you Because I done seen what not meditating feel like. You know what I'm saying? I know what drunk and throwing up and hugging the toilet and being so full of Xanax you don't remember the last 2 minutes. Like I done been through that. You know what I'm saying? So I rather feel good to feel good. That's one of my favorite things to say. So that resistance creates stronger. You know, that resistance make you strive to, to really do something different, make a change in your lifestyle. So, that's basically it. It ain't nothing wrong with resistance, because resistance just like, so when you're in a situation where I'm really not digging this situation, of course it creates, as long as you don't dwell in it, but even if you happen to, just make sure you don't, try to stay positive and just look at it for what it is. But, you know, you might be in a situation like, "Man, I really don't feel like being, I thought I probably was going, matter of fact, you like, I thought I probably was going to like being around these people or this place or whatever, but I'm not digging this. So, X off the list, bam, it's not going to be a part of my future. Like, it allows you to see what you don't want and to keep on. Matter of fact, it allows you to tighten up on what you really want when you see all the things you don't want. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's why these people spring forward when they in a poor position or feeling like a position where they can't win or can't get out of. They gonna find a way by any means necessary, and that's why they, shoot to the top in essence, quote unquote. But, you know, that's basically it, just wanted to share that, like how, going whether it's the dark night of the soul or just any type of turmoil in general, can really shoot you forward in your spiritual growth, you know. But peace, happy now. Now's the vibrant. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now. I'm gonna start talking proper in my videos. Nah, just be myself, my authentically true self. My Louisiana accent, know what I'm saying? Peace, y'all. I love y'all, man. Blessings. Happy now.